Hey guys, I'm out here at the Druzy spot again, and I'm only going to grab a few things. My son's coming home from college this evening. He should be home around 5-ish, and maybe 6 at the latest. But it's about 3:30 or so, and it's a little over an hour drive home, so I'm going to head out. But I got a surprise for you. Got a huge Druzy rock. I got a few small ones, which you'll see in the video of me getting them, but I also have a huge one. It's probably a good 200 pounds or so. And I'll show that to you once we get home, if I can get it up to my car. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so let's just start digging into the side of the hill and see what kind of goodies we can come up with. Man, check that out. Isn't that beautiful? Sometimes they come out fairly clean and you can make out some pretty good Druzy. Here's that piece after I got it washed off. All right, let's get back in there and get another one. Sometimes removing these rocks is like wiggling a tooth from one of your kids. Yeah, they might fight you with it for a little bit, but it'll come out. You just keep working it. Here's a quick look at that piece after I got it all washed off. And I just started working. I'm hoping this chunk of chert will have, that's good. Set that aside. Hoping this chunk will have some Druzy quartz on it. Here we go. We'll take off some of this additional clay. I see some Druzy right there. All right, do you see these black lines running horizontally through there? Those are basically just seams of Druzy. Let me get up there. I don't know if you can see the little sparkles through there, but basically if there's a rock in that line, it'll have Druzy on it. If it's up a little bit in this clay, it's not going to have any Druzy, or this dirt right here. But if it's along that seam right there that's running horizontally side to side, there's going to be some Druzy quartz. And I see a little piece of broken chert. See that white right there above my finger? That should have some Druzy on it. All right, so I wiggled that rock loose a little bit. And there we go. It's got a bunch of clay on top of it, but you can see the Druzy. Should be really pretty once we get it all cleaned up. But you see these little pockets? These seams run side to side, and then they'll kind of pocket up a little bit. You see all that Druzy quartz right there on that clay? This is not a rock, this is just a ball of clay. See that black line I was talking about? It just grows in like a seam and runs horizontally over here. And sometimes you hit these little burrs where the pockets get together, or the little seam joins together, and you make that little burr explode like this right here, and that's why you got all that white crushed crystal right there. All right, so I've been trying to break up this rock right here a little bit, and I've got a few pieces off already, and I just loosened up a piece down here. I should turn my flash on so you guys can see. Yeah, it's a big piece of rock. I'm gonna guess okay, so we have some Druzy right here. I hope that's not the only spot on this big old rock. Nothing over here on that side. I thought there was going to be some all over this, but it seems like it's in the dirt. And maybe there's some on there. I don't know. I don't think there's anything on this side. We'll hang on to it as a maybe. So this piece turned out to be much nicer than I thought it was going to be. It just had so much clay on there, I had no idea that it had this much druzy on it. Thing is, I left quite a few pieces that were just like this that were covered in clay. I had no idea that they had this much druzy on them. So I started busting up this rock a little bit more, and I got down here. You see this little divot right there? I flipped it over, and look what popped out. Isn't that beautiful? Here's another quick look at this piece after I got it all washed off. So what I'm going to do with this rock, you've probably seen that meme where you got a guy doing some sort of like strength competition where he's holding it and really kind of grunting and just like got this big rock that he's like holding on his chest and bend his knees. And it's like, just one more rock or something like that. That's going to be me getting this big giant rock out of here. What I'll probably do is flip it up on its side and just kind of roll it like a Fred Flintstone wheel on his car or something. So it's a good 200 pounds or so. It's going to be a workout just getting it up there to the car, and then getting it off the ground and up to the car. That's going to be a lot of fun too. I have to go down a slope, and then I have to go, well, I'm not going to tell you all the details because I don't want everybody to know where I'm at, because this is an undisclosed location. But then I'll have to go back up a pretty good hill to go up to my vehicle. So I got my work cut out for me. So this rock right here is about 18 inches from end to end. This one right here is closer to 3 feet. About a 75-pound rock right here. And I'd say about 250 to 300. So I just did a preliminary wash, and here's what a few of the pieces look like after having a first initial wash. You can see a lot of the clay still over there that I've washed off on the outside of these Druzy quartz pieces. But look at that. Let's clean these up a little bit better, and then we'll take a more detailed look at some of these pieces. So what I do when I wash these Druzy quartz pieces is I take the hose and rinse off as much clay and mud as possible. After that, I fill up a 5-gallon bucket with warm water and dish soap. I dunk the rock into the water and then take a scrubby brush and then just try to get in between all the crystals. Speaking of crystals, you can find some decent sized quartz crystals at this location as well. Here's a little double terminated crystal. I highlight this one because check out that little green inclusion. Alright, so we got them all cleaned up, and here's a quick look at yesterday's haul. I'll highlight a few of these things in just a minute. Alright, so let's pick a few of these off the table and look at them in a little bit better detail. This is one of my favorite pieces, not just because it's got the Druzy on multiple sides and it has the multiple colors. You know, I love that. It's so pretty with the red and then the smoky. Check out the back side of it. This rock actually fits together with the next rock that I'm going to show. They were both connected in the clay, and the rock split when I extracted it. I like these rocks that seem to have a fold in them. Let's zoom up a little bit and take a little closer look. Some of these Druzy crystals will have some diamond-shaped faces on them. I like the pieces that have Druzy on multiple sides, but this one right here has a little bit of a secret. Check out that little double crystal right there. Isn't that cool? Here's another piece that has a diamond-shaped face on the crystal. One of the things that I love about this location is that some of the rocks can come out and they'll have the white and yellow and dark colors, and then 6 inches away from it you'll just get like solid white, and just really pretty. It's neat how you can get different variety and shapes from the same location. Now looking at this Druzy piece here at the front, it's not a whole lot to look at. It's pretty, yeah, but check out this backside. Isn't that cool? I love the combination with Druzy on the front and then a fossil on the back. Really neat. This one here was getting kind of heavy, so I couldn't hold it for very long, especially after holding all those other rocks before it. Alright, so I've let this thing dry out for a few days, and I've picked off some of the clay, and you can see a lot of really nice Druzy points covering all over this. It looks like it kind of stops right there, kind of goes under here. I've got a patch missing, but I can see a lot of points underneath this clay over here still that carries on over here and goes down. And what looks like right here, there's a big piece of it there. But yeah, the Druzy just goes all the way around. Got a few little broken spots, but overall should be a really pretty piece, I hope. All right, let's get her sprayed up and take a look at it. Well, here she is, all hosed off. Still has a lot of cleaning to do, and the rock is probably about 2.5-ish feet in length. A good solid 2 feet from here over to the other side, and about 14 or so inches in depth. But yeah, all that's all covered in Druzy. Over here, got that bald patch right there, which I can relate to that, being an older guy. And it looks like the Druzy continues all underneath. It's got some pieces that are missing, but it still has a good amount of Druzy underneath as well. So here's the backside. We've got more smoky here on the backside. We've got a few pieces that are missing, but it's a really pretty piece. So I have this rock up on its side because I wanted to show the bottom side what this looks like. And this has not been cleaned, it's only been rinsed off with a hose. So you can see all that clay in there. But all kinds of Druzy all over the bottom side of this rock. So this is a little bit of my front yard and some of my wife's flower beds. So I'm going to walk along the first half of the front of my house and show you where some of the rocks from my many adventures have landed. So this is where that Druzy rock has found its place to stay. This is a large quartz point that I got from the Willie Rickard Rock Farm back in March. This is a quartz plate that my son Ben dug up while we visited Ron Coleman Crystal Mine. This is about a 150-pound rose rock cluster that my son Joseph and I got from Lake Stanley Draper in Oklahoma. This is another Druzy rock that I got from that same location as that one large one. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. God bless.